Hey there, welcome to Bishop's Garage. I'm Bishop. My yard is my garage, and as you can see, my yard is mostly leaves and busted branches. What we're going to do today is we're going to work on our 1964 Thunderbird. We have a couple of issues that are electrical with it. Yeah, there's a little electrical in these old beasts. We're going to have some lessons learned today about putting a battery in properly in one of these. You don't switch your posts around. Negative doesn't go to ground, and positive doesn't go to ground. Yeah. So we're going to see if we can't fix the electrical issue with this old girl and get her back up on the road. So on our 64 here, there's a couple of things that we're going to deal with replacing to kind of see where the issue was. There was an attempt to start the car, which ended up, well, let's just say frying something. So we're going to start with the cheap stuff, and hopefully it isn't the expensive stuff. So what we have here is our ceramic ballast resistor. We have a new voltage regulator. We have our starter motor. It's a relay switch, as well as a new coil. So $150, $200 is what we're going to start with. So hopefully that will help us avoid the rather expensive distributor as well as alternator. When we're talking batteries and grounding, it's best to replace the hot lead, which is your positive, at least on a more modern car, your hot lead black line with a red one. This is going to give you an idea of warning, hot, oh my god, don't touch this thing. The ground is fine black on here. That runs down to our engine block and provides the ground for the system, but this is our issue, and that's another reason why the posts on these are different sizes, to help prevent you from accidentally putting these on wrong. So if you're fighting to put your battery in and it's giving you a lot of resistance in trying to put the posts on, double check. All right, here's our coil. We're gonna go ahead and pop that out. Our starter solenoid, looking down here at the radiator, is kind of packed down in here. We're gonna have to take the battery out just so we can get to that. Our voltage regulator, well, I have no clue where that sits, so that'll be an adventure to find. And for those who are curious, the common engine in these old TBirds was a plain old FE390. Nothing too terribly exciting. There was a little dabble in a 427 in these at one point. That's kind of like the holy grail of TBirds, but I have yet to see one. There's records of a couple that were given to different lot owners, but anyways, let's get back to our 390 here and see if we can't bring her to life. Before starting this, make sure your battery is undone. Ooh, blue streak. All right, so let me take a second. So this wire goes down to our starter. This wire is coming up to our battery. And when we turn our ignition key on, that closes the circuit here. I think it's here. Either here or there, one of those two. And allows the solenoid to click down and to send all 12 volts, hopefully, to our starter. The other lead on here goes to our coil to give it power during that process. All right, now let's get that out of there. Well, here's our new one, Motorcraft. I didn't get the cheapest one, but I got a really nice one. Hopefully, we'll get some longer life out of that. That happens to be what nice. This would be the prime time to switch this out when you're red. Wire. Of course I don't have. That should have been over. Not a big fan of this gap here. We should put a boot on this. Well, we put some gas down her throat, and what we're going to need to do now is see where our electrics are failing us. It looks like the fuel pump's working just fine. I got some fuel in the fuel filter. So we're going to check the voltage at the coil to see whether or not we have 12 plus volts sitting on there while it's in the running position, and then we'll see what kind of voltage we get on either side when it's in the crank position, and we'll go from there. So we're getting, during cranking, we're getting about 9 volts. That's kind of expected. It gets passed off to the distributor. Well, the distributor, I think, is what bore the brunt of the mismounted battery cable. So now I need to go get another one, and that's not cheap. So stay tuned for part 2. With Video Magic, we'll just make that happen. No. All right, not sure if you'll be able to see me. Maybe this direction you'll see me glow. We've replaced a bunch of our parts here. Turns out that we're needing to replace the distributor. So I'm going to show you how I do this. May not be how you do it, or somebody else more professional may do it, but this is how I do it, and it works for me. So watch. So I'll talk a little bit about this here. This is our existing distributor. You can see it's red. It's an electronic one on the inside, so instead of having point sync condenser, it has it all electrified, so it's super easy to set up. What I need to do is take off the hot lead and the ground lead from the coil here, which go into the innards of this. Then I need to number each one of these just to make sure that I get them in the proper order. And I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to actually go 1, 8, 3, whatever, 5, 7, 6, yeah. Once I get those numbered, I will take the new cap and I will put that here, and I'll just transfer them over one by one, mark where my rotor is sitting, undo the bolt, pull the old distributor out, take the new one, use engine assembly oil on the new gear and the O-ring, put it down in, lock it down, make sure it's pointing in the same direction. I should be able to put the cap on, make sure that the numbers are good, and we should start right now. Let's get to this.